Welcome to another episode of Corey's Video Corner. We're doing another first watch segment. I have never seen this movie, and neither has my lovely wife, Nicole. It came out the year she was born, coincidentally enough. August 23rd, 1985, based off of the Google search that I just did. We're talking about Better Off Dead, starring John Cusack. And of course, we're watching it on VHS because I picked up a copy last week and it was 50 cents. And it was directed by Savage Steve Holland. Could that be his first name? I'll have to research that while we're watching the video. So until then, folks, you'll just wait. But it'll seem instantaneous because we're going to start recording again. We tried to get Nicole to watch, Band of Brothers with me, but she got 2 episodes in and she was over it. So hopefully this light-hearted teen comedy of the 80s, the decade of our births, will be better suited for her reviewing taste. Come along as we watch this movie and review it. Maybe you could pick up a copy too and watch it and then comment down below on what you think. We'll see you then. Okay, you're ruining it. You can see me in my underwear in the reflection. We're sequestered to our laundry room to avoid all of our children interrupting our quality content movie review. Why am I looking over there? Why am I not looking over there? Doesn't matter. Okay, so Better Off Dead. What could I say? What could you say?
I don't even know where to start.
I think the over the top is the phrase that comes to mind. That's, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot there, if you will. $2! Watch the movie and you'll know what I'm saying, what I'm talking about.
It's just like, oh, hi, kitty. Come here. Hold this phone.
Squirrel.
We got
Squirrel.
We got kittens over here.
We got kittens.
Okay, so this movie is like, it's like so over the top, but then like, it felt like a Tim Burton movie. The director, I looked him up and I didn't really see anything else that like stood out from his career that was worth mentioning, but it kind of felt like a Tim Burton movie where it was just like very fantastical. There's like these dream sequences that John Cusack's character has, but then it never really differentiated whether or not it was like really happening in the movie or if it was just his imagination, and that kind of really bothered me.
Yeah, there were like a lot of times where something really ridiculous would happen. Like he'd be in class and he'd be at the blackboard writing a problem, and then he'd look back and like this girl's hair was standing straight up because she was like shocked at what he was writing on the board. And you're like, okay, something like that obviously would never happen in real life. So he's obviously dreaming or like having some kind of hallucination. But
I mean, purely the whole movie is like fantasy, but it kind of like lost its cohesiveness because it would go in and out where like sometimes the dream sequences where it was clearly his imagination where like it transitioned and it was evident that this is what they wanted you to see, what was happening. But then other times they didn't really differentiate that, and it was just like, okay, what's happening right now?
And then in the middle of the movie, he starts this job for this guy who's like a real jerk, and there's these animated
claymation hamburgers,
and
it was just like out of left field.
Oh, it was horrible.
It was just like, it was like they just wanted, I don't know.
It was like, all right, I could go along with all his crazy like illusions or dreams or whatever up to that point, but then there's like a talking cheeseburger like in a pool of fries, and you're just like, what happened? Did someone like drop acid and go, let's put a couple talking cheeseburgers in the middle of the movie? It wasn't needed. It was not needed like at all.
Side note, his best friend in the movie is this guy that wears a top hat. The character's name is Charles, and I'm pretty sure the actor's name is Charles in real life as well. Loved that guy. It was just hilarious. He was like on this quest to find like cocaine and snort cocaine the entire movie. But
I thought he was just snorting different things to see if it would get him high. Like when he was snorting the snow, he was like, this is great. Half my brain is frozen now and I can't move my left arm.
And in another scene, he snorts red Jell-O with the straw in the cafeteria at his high school.
Yeah.
Wasn't a very bright guy, but a memorable character.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of 80s hairdos. This movie came out in 85, like we mentioned earlier. Very flashy hair and very 80s clothes. Heavy new wave pop soundtrack.
You get a glimpse of that trench coat style. Like, you know how some people wear those long trench coats and that's like a style. There's a French foreign exchange student
who's played by an American actress.
And her accent is really spot on, by the way.
Really?
I took French in high school and college.
Fair enough.
Can't say much in French, but her accent was very compelling, very good, very realistic. So yeah, I would basically say the moral of the movie is like being a bully doesn't get you anywhere. Bullies don't win. And that just because you got like dumped by your girlfriend or boyfriend
doesn't mean
like,
your life's
goes
over.
on.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like die. But it's definitely not for children because there's a lot of scenes that I don't know if they would be able to be made today. Yeah, there's flies in here. I don't know if they would be able to be made today because he tries. Well, yeah. He tries. He literally tries to commit suicide like multiple times.
Yes.
Like 3 or 4 times.
That's why the movie's called Better Off Dead, probably.
Yeah, I figured that out. But I'm just like, nowadays, I don't think they would be able to do those scenes because we're too sensitive of a culture, like, with that type of stuff. And I don't know.
Or he has these...
It's not, like, funny to joke
He has
about
these continuing car races with this Chinese...
Oh, yeah, that part.
These Chinese brothers where it's, like, very caricature...
That part
I
seems
feel
super,
like movies like
racist,
Long Duck
like...
Dong and a John Hughes movie, like, we've just progressed as a society where you can't joke about certain things anymore.
Even though, like... I'm sorry, but I feel like if you can joke about yourself, then that's just like good. That's a good thing, you know? Like I feel like it is funny, but some of it is funny.
It's kind of, and some
of
it's just
because it's like so ridiculous. Like one part they pull up next to that car that they're always racing that one car.
The Chinese brothers have a 64 Ford Falcon 4-door with like loudspeakers bolted to the top and a PA system.
The guy learned English by
watching like World of Sports.
Yeah.
And so he like mimics Howard Cosell, this famous ABC sports broadcaster.
But it's like they pull up and they have dates and they're eating Chinese food in their car.
With chopsticks
so it's like, okay, this
container.
is like so ridiculous that it's funny, you know? But nowadays we're too like woke and PC to have that kind of a joke because they're like, oh no, somebody will get offended.
I think the thing that was more disturbing to me was like the way they kind of like humorized his like wanting to kill himself in all these different fashions.
Because of
that, it was kind of disturbing, and it's meant to be like comedic, but it was, to me, it was just kind of like
yeah. Because of that, we kept telling the kids like, "All right, guys,
our
get
kids
out."
would run in the room while you were watching it.
Like,
we're like, you shouldn't be seeing this.
Like, go get me a drink of water or something and get out of here. As if I was watching the movie in like a 90-degree room.
I think
upstairs in the room with. When you turn the air on,
we only have a window unit, and it's so loud, you choose to either hear what you're watching or have the cool AC on. One or the other, folks. You pick.
Yeah. I feel like this was a B movie, like, of its time, don't you? Like,
yeah, so, like, I looked it up, and it was, like, 7 out of 10 on IMDb, which, I don't know, that's high.
That's high.
So let's get
high for that movie.
Let's get down to rating. You go ahead and go first.
I feel like I want to rate it like with and without the cheeseburger scene. Like if I could just take that part out, like the rest of the movie is way more believable.
If you like skiing, by the way, you'll love this movie because this movie is basically about skiing in a way. It's like a subplot. It's about skiing, kind of.
It doesn't really tell you how to ski though, or like it's not. I don't know about that. Like, yeah, it has skiing in it a couple times, but I think the deeper morals of the movie, like if you get down to what it was about, like philosophically,
Okay.
it was like friendship between the girl and the guy, and because they started
The
off
foreign
friends,
exchange girl.
but then it got more romantic. And anyways, sorry if you guys are gonna watch it because it's probably spoiled.
Yeah. So spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But and just like I was saying before, that like it doesn't pay to be a bully, and like your life's not over just because someone breaks up with you, because that's like what starts all his like wanting to kill himself is like
His relationship ended.
yeah. So then he was like, but then at one point he does say, okay, this is like actual death. All right,
We'll do
folks,
it live.
That's about it.
Hang on, we'll cut back here in just a
Okay,
second.
we're getting down to the final thoughts. Bad camera angles. Final thoughts.
That's like a theme of our videos is the bad camera angles. I can only see your eyes. What's happening? Are you
Okay.
zooming in? Okay.
So what's your rating on the 1 to 5 scale?
Oh, can I take out the cheeseburger scene?
No, you
like
gotta
for-
rate it as a
for
whole.
pretends?
Just the whole thing.
Okay, with the cheeseburgers in it and the fries, swimming in the pool, which is like, am I on drugs right now or what's happening? With that, I'll give it I don't know. I guess I'll give it a 6 still. It was pretty good.
We're rating it on the 1 to 5 scale here.
Oh.
So you're going 6 out of 10?
Oh, I was going IMDb.
You're going 6 out of 10.
I was thinking of IMDb and that they gave it a 7.
You're going 6 out of 10.
I'm sorry. You said yeah.
Okay, so
okay, fine. I'll give it a I'll give it a 3.5 then if I'm going
3.5 out of 5.
Scale.
I'm going 2 out of 5. I'm going 2 out of 5.
That low? Come on.
That was the
John
thought.
Cusack.
I don't know. It was okay, but it wasn't like I want to watch this movie again. I saw it.
You've seen it once.
And that's it. 2 out of 5. That's my review. Until next time, folks. We'll see you then.